Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Got some pretty exciting news regarding the Final Fantasy 16 PC version. Now, there's actually a lot of things and a lot of moving parts when it comes to this PC version of FF16 that leave me a little bewildered as far as how they're going to handle the release of it. But given these statements, I would imagine that the release is probably not too far off. And after this article came out from Game Informer, I'm thinking maybe we'll get a June release, you know, the 1 year period after the PlayStation 5 version dropped. Now, the PlayStation 5 version, I believe initially was signed to be a 6-month timed exclusive, but things seemingly kind of changed. We'll talk about that. But as noted on Game Informer, Final Fantasy XVI exclusively hit PlayStation 5 last June. However, Square Enix had already revealed a PC version of the action game was in development. Kind of interesting they label it an action game, and it absolutely is an action game, but Final Fantasy for so long has been an RPG that, like, a mainline Final Fantasy game just outright being dubbed an action game is still kind of trippy to me. It was noted when I spoke to producer Naoki Yoshida about it in Square Enix Tokyo, Japan offices for Game Informer's FF16 cover story last year. He said players shouldn't expect the PC version anytime soon. That was obviously last year in June, but a lot of time has progressed. While Yoshida is unable to share when the PC version of FF16 will be released, he said the team is in the last stages of optimization. In terms of where we are in development currently, we're trying to figure out the final stages of optimization right now. When we can release the PC version might be dependent on that, the system requirements and specifications for PC that players will need, so we're trying to figure all of that out. Naturally, the PC specifications are looking to be somewhat high. That is totally to be expected, but hopefully, you know, those of you with a beefy PC, you'll be able to play this game in a way that the PlayStation 5 really wasn't, because the PlayStation 5's performance mode really left a lot to be desired, and that is the case with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth's performance mode as well. Maybe you guys think this is a little bit of a stretch if you're playing FF7 Rebirth right now on PS5. I literally think that performance mode in FF7 Rebirth is an abomination in terms of its visuals, and they're gonna update it and make it look better, but I think it looks god-awful, just absolutely terrible. Final Fantasy 16 also had a lot of resolution drops with its performance mode. So, you know, if we're talking about beefier hardware, now obviously you're going to need the hardware to push it. 4K, 60 FPS, you know, those 4080s, 4090s might be getting put to work, guys. I'm pretty excited about that. But at the very least, you know, 1440p solid 60 FPS, people trying to aim for that should be pretty good as well. So definitely excited about this game getting accentuated on PC. He says players can rest assured though that development of the PC version of FF16 is going smoothly, but in terms of when it's going to come out or when we can announce it, I'd like to ask for more time on that. Yoshida also said, and to do that, we're looking to release a demo for the PC version as well. Again, we really can't talk about it in terms of details of when it's going to come out. I think in a little bit more time we'll be in a better place to announce things, but one thing's for sure, it won't be too distant in the future. It won't be a year, it won't be 2 years, it'll probably be shorter than that, so stay tuned. That really gets me to think that it's going to be coming out this year. Now, the caveat with why I was uncertain on Final Fantasy XVI coming to PC this year is because they dropped the DLC. Echoes of the Fallen is already out, and then Rising Tides is gonna come out. You guys might be thinking, well, what's the relevance of the DLC? Well, if you watch the trailer for the DLC for Echoes of the Fallen, it is noted that Echoes of the Fallen, the DLC, will be a 1-year timed exclusive. I imagine that'll apply to Rising Tides as well. Generally speaking, when a Square Enix, when a PlayStation, they drop their games on PC, usually they try to add in the majority, if not all, of the downloadable content. Spider-Man, Final Fantasy VII, or the remake, it came with episode, the Integrate expansion, the Intermission expansion, the Yuffie episode. You usually try to bake that into the release on PC, so even though it's a delayed release, you could be like, hey, you're getting the DLC, $70 please. But in the case of Echoes of the Fallen and Rising Tides, those are signed on to be 1-year timed exclusives for PlayStation 5. So if they wanted to do a complete edition release of Final Fantasy XVI on PC, they would have to wait that term. Echoes of the Fallen came out in December, and Rising Tides is supposed to come out in the spring spring, I believe, so that would make it, you know, spring, summer of 2025, and I was like, man, I do not want to wait that long to get FF16 on PC. I would love to replay that game, you know, high settings, high performance, all that good stuff on PC, and waiting another year for that would just be a bummer. Like, I wouldn't be happy with that. I would rather them drop the game on PC. You could drop it at $59.99, and then you could just do a complete edition release as well. I mean, they re-release games on PC all the time in the form of complete editions, bundles, or you could even do Echoes of the Fallen, because 1 year would go up in December, release Echoes of the Fallen for $10, or release the season pass, and then you get to milk the game for a couple releases, is what I'm saying. I think that would be the better way to go, and I feel like Final Fantasy 16 on PC, I think it would have the cachet and the appeal where people would be like, it is a year old, but Final Fantasy 16, better performance, better visuals on PC, $60. I think there would be a lot of people that would spend $60 anyway on it. I don't think you have to wait to bundle in all the DLC. I think you could do the standard release, and it's not like this is completely atypical for Square either. Final Fantasy 15 did come out in the Royal Edition on PC. However, ultimately, Final Fantasy 15 got more DLC after the Royal Edition. The episode Arden came out as a standalone piece of DLC. So you can do something similar with Final Fantasy 16. The interesting trinket to all of this, when you think about everything, all the moving parts, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is also ultimately going to come to PC at some point. That game is only signed to be not a 1-year exclusive, not a 6-year exclusive, a 3-month timed exclusivity window for that game. Now, do I think FF7 Rebirth is going to come out 3 months after the PlayStation 5 release? No, absolutely not. I do not think it's going to come out on May 29th or whenever that 3 months would expire, or I don't think it's going to come out in June. I don't think it's going to come out in the summer. Maybe the fall, but remember, Final Fantasy VII Remake, what happened with that game is they signed for 1-year timed exclusivity for that. Then Sony re-upped the exclusivity deal for the PlayStation 5 version of the game, an episode intermission coming out for another 6 months. And then ultimately, Square Enix got even more money from the Epic Games Store for a 6-month timed exclusivity on that game as well. I don't think FF7 Rebirth is going to be a timed exclusive on the Epic Games Store for a variety of reasons. I think it's just going to come straight to Steam. But with FF7 Rebirth, a lot of people got excited over that game, saying it's going to be a 3-month exclusive in the trailer. Guys, you know, maybe that'll happen, but if past this prologue, I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think we'll be playing FF7 Rebirth on PC, let's say, this summer. I really hope we do. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to play that game on PC because, again, that game on PlayStation 5, that performance mode is an abomination. It's pretty bad. So, I'm playing it on PS5 in the graphics mode. 30 FPS, yeah. Like, I'm not a huge fan of 30 FPS, but man, for that game, you gotta go the graphics mode with that. But it would be nice to get those issues alleviated on PC, and obviously, Remake available on PC. Go check that out. But Final Fantasy 16 looks like the PC development is going smoothly. We're gonna get a demo, so we'll be able to test out the performance, and hopefully the game is out sometime this summer. And it's not gonna be a lengthy turnaround in terms of the game getting announced and then ultimately coming to PC. You know, it's not gonna be like you gotta wait a year or two for the game to come to PC. Usually with games like this that are delayed ports, they get announced, they come out a couple months later. Look at what happened with Ghost of Tsushima, just announced, it's coming out in 2 months, so exciting stuff ahead as far as that's concerned. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.